Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today we'll see AWS EC2 instances pricing model. So in this topic, we will see different types of pricing models which AWS offers you, and this is the important topic as a point of AWS or DevOps interviews. So let's start the video. So in the left side, you can see there are different types of pricing models are available. Launch templates, then the spot instance like spot request, then the saving plans, reserved instance, dedicated host, and the capacity reservation. And there is one more pricing model that is on demand. Okay, so let's start with on demand. Like what is meant by on demand? So in the on demand, like all your AWS free tier accounts comes under on demand. Okay, so there is no capacity guarantee inside on demand. What does it means? It means you have to wait in the queue to schedule your EC2 instance or launch your EC2 instance. If I click on this launch instance, let me show you. See, there is instance type, right? So here I have selected T2 micro, but if I choose another EC2 instance type here, then AWS will charge me. Okay, so AWS in free tier account T2 micro instance type is eligible. So this is on demand. Okay, so rather than this T2 micro, if I select this one T2 nano or T2 small, then AWS will charge me. So this comes under pay as you go pricing. Let me show you. Say on demand. So on demand will come under pay as you go compute capacity by an hour or second. Like whatever your usage during that hour or during that seconds, AWS will charge you for that hour only. Okay, so this is on demand. But what is the disadvantages? So there is a one disadvantage, like there is no capacity guarantee. As I said, you have to wait in a queue. Like suppose I click on this launch instance, then I have to wait to my turn. Okay, so this is on demand. Then the reserved instance. Second one is reserved instance. So let me click on this reserved instance. This one, okay, reserved instance. Click on purchase reserved instance. So in the reserved instance, here we will get the capacity guarantee. Here we don't require to wait in a queue. We will get capacity guarantee. This is the one advantage. Then what is the second advantage is it is cheaper than on demand. Suppose in on demand you will get that instance in $100, but in the reserved instance you will get that instance in $60 only. Okay, so there is cost benefit, like there is a billing advantage. Okay, but here there are two terms, like we have to reserve our EC2 instance for 1 year or 3 year. See, there are two terms, like 1 year 12 months or 36 months 3 year. So you have to reserve your EC2 instance for 1 year. It means suppose your EC2 instance, you have purchased this reserved instance and your EC2 instance in stop state, still you will get the bill for that EC2 instance because you have reserved this EC2 instance. Okay, so there are two terms, 1 year and 3 year. So this is important as a point of interview, like what are the terms are available inside this reserved instance. So this kind of interview question you will get during your interviews. Okay, so answer is 1 year and 3 year. Here you can't cancel this reserved instance, so you have to use that reserved instance up to 12 months and 3 years, like as per your terms. Suppose I have selected 1 year, then I have to pay for that 1 year, and I can't cancel that EC2 instance, like reserved EC2 instance. We have to use that instance for 1 year or 3 year. Okay, then there are three payment options, like no upfront, partial upfront, and the all upfront. So what is the difference between them? No upfront means we don't have to give any money or we don't have to pay any money in the starting. Okay, so we have to pay in the monthly. Okay, and partial upfront means we are giving some money in the starting and remaining money, like remaining bill, we are paying in the installments. And the all upfront means we are paying all the bill, like suppose $100 is a bill, we are paying all that 100 bill in the starting. But there is one catch. Okay, in the no upfront, suppose you will get that instance for $60. Okay, but in the partial upfront you will get that same EC2 instance for $50. and in the all upfront you will get that EC2 instance in 30 or $40. Okay, so this is the difference and this is the advantage of this reserved instance. Okay, then the next one is spot instance. This one, spot request. So what is meant by spot request? You can check here. Suppose let me go here, spot instances. Okay, you can read with the spot instance you pay the spot price that's in effect for the time period your instances are running. Spot instance prices are set by Amazon EC2 and adjust gradually based on long-term trends in the supply and demand. Okay, there is bidding. So there is bidding happen inside spot instance. So let me explain you. Let me go here, click on create spot fleet. So there are two types like manual and use launch template. Then the AMI key pair we have to select here. Then the additional launch parameters like launch EBS optimized instances attach at launch you can select, but this is optional. You can skip this part. So there is one capacity like total target capacity instances. Then the minimum target you have to select the network instance requirement like whatever virtual CPUs memory you want you can select here. Then the preview, so instance types are there, you can select any instance type. Then the spot allocation strategy, you can select any strategy here like price capacity optimization or capacity optimized. And if you compared this with on demand, then you will get 77% of savings on the on demand as compared to on demand. Okay, so in the spot instance what AWS did, so there is hypervisor. Suppose let's take example, there is one hypervisor. So this is the hypervisor, and in the hypervisor there are multiple space are available, right? So this is the space, suppose 5000 GB space is there. Suppose let's take example, right? So in the 5000, suppose 1000 space is remaining. 1000 GB of space is remaining. This is unused space, right? Then AWS would be bidding that unused space. Okay, and this comes under spot. So in the on demand, suppose you are paying that unused space. In the on demand you are paying suppose $100, but in case of this spot instance you are paying only $20. So this is the difference, like 75%. You can check here, right? 77% is saving as compared to on demand, but this is unused space. Okay, so AWS is bidding that unused space, but there is one drawback as well in the spot instance. Like we are paying $2, like we are bidding, AWS are bidding, and we are getting that EC2 instance for $2. And if someone bids more than us, okay, like suppose $3, then that EC2 instance will go to that person. Okay, like higher bidding, right? $3. But like AWS, what AWS did, AWS will give you for 6 hours, like minimum 6 hours, that spot instance AWS will give you. Suppose you have purchased that spot instance for $2, then AWS will give you that spot instance for 6 hours. Okay, so for that 6 hours you can use that spot instance. So what is the use case of this spot instances? Because we are getting these instances for 6 hours, then there is a limited usage, right? Suppose I want to do testing, some testing, then I can use spot instance. In the on demand, instead of launching EC2 instance, like in the on demand I am getting that EC2 instance for $100, but in the spot instance I am getting that EC2 instance for $20. Then I will go with spot instance. Okay, then the dedicated host. So what is meant by dedicated host? Okay, let me draw one diagram. See here, in the AWS data center there are different hypervisors. Like this is one hypervisor, then this is second hypervisor, then this is the third hypervisor, this is the fourth. So there are n number of hypervisors available inside AWS data center, and your EC2 instance is somewhere here. Suppose you launch one EC2 instance and your EC2 instance would have got this hypervisor, second hypervisor. Okay, if suppose I have stopped that EC2 instance from AWS console, let me erase this one. Okay, see, I have stopped that EC2 instance and my EC2 instance went from here. Like my EC2 instance went from this hypervisor, and again after some time I have started this same EC2 instance from AWS console. Then I don't know like in which hypervisor my AWS EC2 instance will provision. Okay, suppose I have started the EC2 instance. Previously my EC2 instance was here. Now my EC2 instance in third hypervisor. I don't know, like AWS will decide like in which hypervisor they want to give you. Okay, AWS will decide here. So this is the disadvantage, right? There is some security constraint as well, right? So in the dedicated host, if we start the EC2 instance and if we stop the EC2 instance, your hypervisor will not get changed here. Okay, you will get dedicated hypervisor. Suppose I have stopped that EC2 instance, then again suppose I have started that EC2 instance, then my EC2 instance will provision inside this dedicated hypervisor only. Okay, so this is the dedicated host. How to launch it, like how to allocate the dedicated host? Click on this allocate dedicated host and just give tag family, like which instance type you can choose from here. Then the instance type, like suppose I have selected C5 as a family. In the C5 I have to select the instance type. Okay, let me click on this. So there are different instance types, you can choose any one. Then the availability zone, so AP South 1 suppose. Then the enable auto placement, then the host recovery, host maintenance, you can enable or disable it. Then the quantity CLI commands and click on allocate. Okay, so this is the dedicated host. Then the launch template, what is meant by launch template? So you are creating the launch template of your EC2 instance. So what comes under launch template? Instance type, then the image, EBS volume, key pair, security group. So this will create template for you. Click on this launch template, click on launch template. See, launch template name, then the template tags, then the source template. You have to select the source template here. Then the image, like whatever image you have to select, then you can select from here. Then the instance type, key pair, subnet, all these things you have to select here. In the auto scaling, this launch template is very useful. Okay, so in the launch template, what I said, like instance type, image, you are creating the template of your EC2 instance. Okay, that practical we will see in the upcoming videos, but here like on a high level you can understand like what is meant by launch template. You are creating the template of your EC2 instances. Okay, then the capacity reservation. So this is the capacity reservation. So you are reserving the compute capacity for your EC2 instance for specific availability zone. Click on this get started. See, so here you have to select the EC2 instance, then the platform availability zone. So availability zone is important. So you have to select the correct availability zone here. Okay. So capacity reservation details, as I said, like you are reserving the compute capacity. Like capacity reservation start immediately, future, then the reserved ends, then the manual. So these are the options and these are the tags and click on create. So as I said, like instance type you have to select here. So you are reserving the compute capacity only. Okay. Click on cancel. So these are the some common use cases you can read here for capacity reservations. Then the last one is saving plans. So these are the saving plans are available for the EC2 Fargate Lambda usage. So flexible, then the significant discount and the get started. You can read it from purchase saving plan as well. So let me click on that option. See, here you can see what are the saving plans. So saving plan is the offering low prices on AWS usage. Okay. So you can use saving plan in the compute EC2 instance and the SageMaker. Okay. So here you can click on this purchase a saving plan. Then this scroll down. Like there are different types of saving plans like compute, then the EC2 instance and the SageMaker. Let's go with EC2 instance. Then the term you have to select like 1 year or 3 year. Then the region, you have to select the region here. Instance family, then the purchase commitment, like hourly commitment, like hourly commitment amount, all these things. Payment options, like as I said, all upfront, partial, and the no upfront. So this is like reserved instance. Okay. Then the start date and all these things you have to mention here. So this is the purchase saving plan or saving plan option inside AWS. So these are the some pricing models are available inside AWS cloud, and this is the important topic as a point of interview. Like in my previous interviews, I got 2 or 3 questions on this topic, like in the reserved instance, like they asked me what are the terms are available inside reserved instance, and what is the difference between on demand and the reserved instance, and what type of pricing models are available inside AWS. So this kind of questions I got in my previous interviews. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video and you understand the all the pricing models inside AWS. Bye bye.